Debbie and I are actually big fans of the comedian Terrence Williams. We saw him on social media, and the two of us would share his memes, and we'd laugh our heads off. And then finally, we got to meet Terrence, and he's now sort of become a part of our extended family. We had fun hanging out with him in Texas. Terrence went to New York and met my daughter Danielle. So, Terrence, it's just delightful to have you on the podcast. Terrence is the author of a remarkable book, and I don't often say this. It's From the Foster House to the White House. It's remarkable, really, Terrence, because you're a remarkable guy with a remarkable story. So can you start by telling us a little bit about your life from the way it started and the hardships that you encountered? Because I want to draw out the lesson of how does somebody climb out of something like that. So tell us a little bit about how Terrence Williams got going.
Well, first, I just want to say congratulations on your new podcast. And I want to thank you and Debbie for being, so supportive. And we're just one big happy family now, so I really appreciate it. But so my book From the Foster House to the White House is about my journey of going through foster care. My mother, sadly, she was addicted to crack cocaine, and she had 9 children, and there were 6 different fathers, and they were not in the picture. And she was unable to take care of us because of her sickness. So I ended up in the foster care system, in and out of homes. I was in over 10 homes, and I wasn't adopted until the age 15. But regardless of all the things that I've been through, I live in the greatest country in the world, America. America is the greatest country. And so even though I went through foster care, I was able to make my dreams come true, because this is the land of the opportunity.
Well, you have a land of opportunity, but it also takes something inside of you, Terrence, to say, look, I'm not going to allow the fact that I am a genuine victim. See, you're not a hypothetical victim. You were a real victim. But nevertheless, you didn't let that define you. How did you do that?
Dinesh, I can have all the excuses in the world. I can sit at home, not do anything, collect food stamps. I can, live in poverty if I choose to. And I can have an excuse to say, oh, well, because my mother was on drugs. Oh, because I was in foster care. This is why I'm going through this. But there comes a time in your life where you have to start taking responsibility. When you become an adult, you have to take responsibility. And I just thank God. And I have to thank God, because God was with me. When I didn't have a mother, I had God. When I didn't have a father, I had God. When I was separated from my siblings, I had God. And thank God that he was, able to be there with me and to give me a strong mind. But people have to realize you have to take responsibility. You cannot have excuses your whole entire life. You can't put the blame on your mother, your father, your brother. You have to start taking responsibility.
Folks, I want you to get a hold of Terrence's book, because not only is it about Terrence, it's really an inspirational American story. And it's a story that is so encouraging to us as conservatives, because we realize that no matter what deck of cards you're dealt with in life, ultimately it's about how you play them. That's what determines your fate. Now, I want to talk to you, Terrence, a little bit about Trump, because knowing you as I do, you must have been sort of heartbroken by what happened to Trump. And just the way that they have piled on Trump. They're trying to lock him up. They're trying to disgrace his legacy. They're trying to go after the people who supported Trump. Tell me a little bit about how you feel, but then set it in the context of what is it about Trump that attracted you so much that you said, I think, and you said in our movie, Trump Card, you go, I don't just like Trump, I love Trump. And I want to draw out, people will think, oh my God, Terrence, you're an African-American. You look at the background, how can you possibly like this fellow who was a white supremacist who said there were nice guys in Charlottesville? So tell us a little bit about your feelings toward Trump, and what do you think those are rooted in?
First of all, I was sick to my stomach. I've been sick to my stomach about what's been going on and how they are treating treating President Trump. And yes, I still refer to him as President Trump. He's still my president. And but what they are doing to him is absolutely disgraceful and disgusting. And this should not happen to any president. The way that they are treating President Trump, I don't even wish that on Joe Biden. You don't treat anyone like that. That is absolutely wrong.
What did Trump say? What did he do that made you realize that this is your guy? This is a guy that you can sort of bet on. And this is a guy that you can attach not just your political commitment, but kind of your affection toward.
You know, when Trump came down those escalators and when Trump spoke to the American people, I knew there was a time for real change. You know, Obama talked about it's time for a change. Obama didn't change anything, okay? Obama was a swamp. Obama was the problem in this country. But you know, and I've been able to spot out real from the fake ever since I was a child, Dinesh. I grew up, you listen, I've been in abusive homes. I've been around a lot of bad people. I've been around a lot of good people. I can spot it out easily. And when I saw President Trump, I said, this man is the real deal and we need to give him a chance, okay? Listen, I've made mistakes in my life and people have given me a chance. And I said, you know what? This man is not perfect, but let's give him a chance and let's see what he do. And he was a man of his word. Promises made, promises kept. And listen, I don't care that people don't like his personality. This man got things done in this country. This man put the American people first, and that is what it's all about. It is about the American people, not about personality. It's about policy. That's what it's about.
You made a point.
I respect him for that.
Terrence, you made a point in Trump card where you said that Trump didn't really owe the black community. The black community didn't put Trump in office. So he could have easily said, well, guys, this guy didn't vote for me. Who cares? But
exactly.
So I think spell out that a little bit. The fact that you were
exactly.
struck.
You know, they call this man a racist. And President Trump won the 2016 election without the black vote. He didn't get much of the black vote at all. We all know that. Now, when he was elected, he bent it over backwards for the black community. He did cartwheels for the black community. He did things that we thought the first black president was going to do. I thought Obama was going to do all the things that Trump did. So that's where I was like, you know what? This man is the real deal. He is about the American people. And all these black people talk crap about, they talk crap about this. They said bad things about this president. They said horrible things about him, and he still helped the black community because it's not about him. It is about the American people. And that's why we'll always love and respect President Trump.
Terrence, let's turn to the topic of digital censorship. You've had some battles on social media. Tell us a little bit about that. And is that because comedy at its root is a little dangerous? In other words, comedy is dangerous not because what it says is false, but because it cuts to the core of what is true. Why have these digital moguls been after you, and how have you been surviving that ordeal?
You know, Facebook, they took one of my videos down because I made a joke and said that turtles are going to be voting in the election. It was just a joke. I said turtles will be voting for the Democrats in this election. And they took the video down saying that it was fake news, that turtles cannot vote, that reptiles cannot vote. And I'm like, it's just a joke. But you know what? Comedy is the best thing ever, because I can get anyone to listen to me with comedy. And that's what big tech does not like. They don't like it. I have had people that have been on the other side and say, you know what, Terrence, until I watch your videos, and I only watch them because, you know, I wanted to get a laugh. And even though I didn't agree with you, I wanted to get a laugh. But while I was getting that laugh, you also taught me something, you know, because I've been reading fake news for the longest. Because in comedy, you know, you can get people to listen, and then you can also spread a message in comedy because everybody's listening. Everybody wants to laugh. And big tech does not like that at all. And they have shut me out. I have not been able to post on my Facebook in almost 3 months since the election. I've been shut out. And Facebook says they don't know what's going on. Twitter, I lost over 200,000 followers, Dinesh. I had 1.2. I'm almost at 900,000. I'm almost at 900,000. This is absolutely disgusting. People can't find me on Instagram. They don't want they don't want the truth out there. They don't want our voices to be heard. There are two sides to every story. But when it comes to big tech, they only want people to know one side. And that side is the wrong side.